Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers. And yesterday was a fantastic session with many of the viewers, wearing bindis and coming on live. And make sure to check the video uploaded yesterday, where a lot of people, the viewers, shared, their experiences and with the bindi. And make sure to check the video if in case you missed it. And today we have a lot of interesting news. In fact, with regards to Dawood Ibrahim being the government is going behind Dawood Ibrahim slowly, and I do hope the government goes with the same tenacity with which it is going behind the PFI. So let's hope that happens, so that Bollywood links get exposed as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first piece of news is very important because Shinzo Abe was one of Japan, was one of India's best friends, and it's very important that we cover this news piece, friends, because more than a politician, he was a friend to India, and Narendra Modi ji had a very good relationship with him. So, but why you would be wondering why Shinzo Abe's state funeral took place over 2 months after his death. The funeral was conducted today in the presence of 217 delegates from around the world. Now, the state of funeral of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe took place in Tokyo today. Delegates from 217 countries from around the world reached Tokyo to participate in this. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, also reached Tokyo and bid a final farewell to Abe. This is said to be the most expensive funeral in the world. He was shot and killed on July 8th. The accused was apprehended on the spot. In such a situation, you must be thinking, when Abe died on July 8th, why is his funeral now held after 2.5 months? What is the funeral process like in Japan? The answer to this is that, as per Buddhist traditions, after cremating the body of the deceased, many people keep the remains at their home for some time and then bury the remaining bones. Shinzo Abe was killed on July 8th, and after that, he was immediately taken to a hospital where he was declared dead. The ex-Japan's PM was cremated on July 15th, following Buddhist traditions. He was delivering a speech for the elections in Nara city at the time of the incident. The rally was held near Yamato Saidaiji station in Nara city. Meanwhile, a former Japanese naval officer shot him from behind. The former PM was shot in the back. He was treated in the hospital for 3 hours, but his life could not be saved. The accused's name is Tetsuya Yamagami. He is 41 years old and a resident of Nara City. So, friends, it's a very sad moment because, it's just that he was such a good friend to India. And also, I mean, more than a politician, whenever I looked at his face or his wife's face, they were kind people. You can never associate a politician's image to this couple. So it's a very sad event, and we are glad that Modi ji made it an important point to attend the funeral to show that ties between Japan and India are very strong. Now, going back to what we were following up on the Ankita case. Now, there's something interesting. See, what Ankita said was that they are trying to make me a prostitute, and I won't sell myself for rupees 10,000. These gloomy details of Ankita's WhatsApp chats, with her friend have come out. The murder of 19-year-old Ankita, Ankita, a receptionist at a resort in Uttarakhand, has sparked violent protests in the area. This was the first job in which she faced the brunt for refusing to provide special services to guests. This has been gleaned from her WhatsApp chat with a friend. Now, her friend reportedly alleged that she was killed because she refused to have sex with guests as demanded by the owner of the resort. Now, Bandari's Facebook friend reportedly alleged that she was killed because of this. And Pulkit Arya, the son of the now expelled BJP leader Vinod Arya, has reportedly admitted to have pushed Ankita into the canal following an altercation. He, along with 2 others, were arrested by the police on Saturday. Ankita's WhatsApp chats with her friends seem to confirm that the teenager was being forced into prostitution by these accused men. They're trying to turn me into a prostitute, read one of her messages to a friend whom she was describing her experience of working as a receptionist at the resort owned by the BJP leader's son. In one of the messages, she said, I may be poor, but I won't sell myself for rupees 10,000. Screenshots of the chat, which have been going viral since Saturday, also revealed that Ankita had given Pulkit Arya a earful after he allegedly tried to kiss her. She also told her friends that a drunk guest had once forcefully hugged her, but one of the three, accused Ankit Gupta, an assistant to Pulkit, asked her to keep mum about it to avoid an escalation of the issue. Today, Ankit came to me and told me that he wanted to talk to me about something. I agreed and went to a corner near my reception desk. There, he asked me if I was ready to give extra services to a guest who was willing to pay rupees 10,000 to your resort. Ankita wrote in a WhatsApp message. To my reply, he then tried to clarify and say that he was not asking me to do it, but to inform him in case I knew of any other girl who might be willing. But I know that he had directed that offer towards me only, thinking I might agree after learning of the amount. She also told her friends that Ankit, on directions of Pulkut Arya, had once told her that she may be fired from her job and replaced with another girl if she doesn't agree to give special services to the guest. An audio clip of a call recording, reportedly from the victim to a resort employee, has also gone viral. Manveer Singh Chauhan, the chef of Vanantara Resort, Yamkeshwar block of Pauri district, told the police that a sobbing Ankita called her on the day she was killed and asked him to bring her bag. But when one of the staff went with the bag, he couldn't find her. She was last seen at the resort at 3 p.m. on September 18th. So that is a sad tale of this young girl, who was being exploited by these people. Okay. So moving on to the next piece of
Yeah,
news.
yeah. See, before going to the next piece of news, let us discuss the tale of Ankita, right? So Ankita is, if she is, killed by a very powerful person from, a particular political party, it is, the right of the public to, demand for justice for this innocent girl, and people should raise their voice for, justice for this innocent girl, especially in social media forums like Twitter and Facebook. And we do hope that her parents and her gets justice as soon as possible. And there is, and even the perpetrators, no matter how powerful they are, should be booked under law for the rightful punishment.
Yep. Rupali ka hatya kar diya.
Yes.
Who is that, Girgit? Can you give us details? Government must shut that dirty resort down for good. Hit the like button, minus 27. Thank you, Sunita. All
Thank
yours.
you, Sunita. And friends, I urge each and every one of you here to hit the like button so that the video can, reach more and more audiences, and more and more awareness is spread, especially among the young people of India.
Yeah.
Japan had been cordial with India since the Indian freedom struggle dynasty, and really, the assassination of Shinzo Abe is done by the deep state, I believe. And especially, certain countries didn't want, maybe like China didn't want, him to come back in power because, he was really tough when he was the PM of Japan, and that didn't go against the policy, at least the business policies of certain countries. So that's why he was eliminated conveniently. Yeah. So in Japan, I believe these services are very costly, and Shinzo services was costlier than the Queen's funeral, probably because of the weak yen compared to the pound. Yes, Maya. So yeah, let's take a few more comments.
Yeah. Welcome, Queenie.
Welcome, Queenie.
Yes.
Welcome, Nisha.
I was wondering why this long delay in the funeral. Now I know, thanks to you. Welcome, Nisha. Good evening,
Good evening,
Sandhya.
Sandhya. Hi, Sunita. Yes, Maya. So we missed you as well. Thanks, Pansy. Hi, Gloria.
Yeah, you sent your picture a little late, Gloria, but thank you for that.
Hi, Nisha.
Today in Mumbai, Rupali is killed for not wearing Burqa by her Muslim. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, the underbelly of Mumbai has recently been portrayed in Hush Hush. Child trafficking, dead bodies in the farmhouse, depicted the bodies buried. Sounds like a real story. Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
Tom.
Jaideep. Yeah.
Resorts are coming up in many pilgrimage centers these days. Thereby, people get deviated, says Arjun. Yes, yes, Manjushri. So no matter how powerful they are, they should be, arrested. Happy Navratri to you too, Divya.
Yeah, so here, friends, I'd like to also say that we're getting disappointed day by day because now I just saw a picture of the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde having a lunch with the
Dinner.
big players in Bollywood. That
Is
is,
it lunch or dinner?
lunch or dinner. Yeah, either one. It doesn't really matter. So with Sunil Shetty and his son, and also what's his name, the director of um the movie where Sanjay Dutt is there. Mm, I forget the name. So he was also there. So it's and also Bhushan, the music Don. He was also there. So it's very sad because it looks like Eknath Shinde has absolutely not even an inkling of whether he's going to do anything about the Sushant Singh murder case. So that's been very disappointing picture. It shows exactly the opposite of what we want. Badan says, especially the bodies buried in the farmhouse, sounds like the landowner neighbor of Dadu Buddha narrating the same story. Savitri, yes, I too saw Hush Hush. Felt sick at night. Kali Ma should come down and punish them.
Yes, Savitri.
Karthik, yeah, welcome Karthik. Japan is a vassal of USA, and Shinzo was the only person who worked for an independent arms policy for Japan, a kind of separate security policy for Japan. The
Yes,
deep state of
deep
USA
state.
cannot accept that. Yeah.
I felt
Okay.
so empty and hollow. Okay.
Yeah. So before we go to the next piece of news on this dawn, Riaz Bhatti, I would also like to tell friends, have you forgotten what happened to his wife? How she was allegedly gang raped by these cricketers? We are talking about uh, his name, Hitesh Hardik Pandya and Munaf, and
Patel.
also Rajiv Shukla of Congress. So it's there in detail how they have. It was at the Trident Hotel where she was allegedly raped and made to dance nude. Apparently, the BJP had asked for the police to inquire into this, but nobody did anything about it, and people have forgotten it because Rajiv Shukla is the apple of Sonia Gandhi's eye. And now, you see this man. Yes, Jaydev, the latest news of him. Can you tell us?
Yes, so coming to Dawood Ibrahim's news, and now after the government is going strong against the PFI, as you know, now the Mumbai Police's anti-extortion cell arrested businessman Riaz Bhatti in connection with an extortion case. Now, Riaz Bhatti has links with Dawood Ibrahim, the Don, and he was wanted in the extortion case registered at the Warsaw police station. Now, according to the officials, a businessman from Warsaw was threatened, and a car valued at 30 lakh rupees and a cash worth rupees 7.5 lakhs were demanded from him. Ibrahim's close aide Chota Shakir and Shakil's relative Salim Fruit have also been named in the FIR, they said. The anti-extortion cell of Mumbai Crime Branch held the accused from Andheri West. Bhatti will be produced before court on Tuesday. In the past, Bhatti has been arrested in multiple cases, including extortion, land grabbing, and firing. He had also tried to flee the country by using fake passports in 2015 and 2020. So this is what the Mumbai police, right, has arrested Riaz Bhatti in connection with the extortion case. As you know, that Riaz Bhatti is connected to Dawood Ibrahim.
Maya says, at last, Rehanuma, wife of Riaz, is being heard. Hope Shukla, Munaf, and Pandya are at least dragged to the courts. See, what is very, makes us ashamed, Maya, is the fact that now they started putting this Hardik Pandya's ads all over TV. So wretched to even watch him. The kind of reputation this cricketer has. I don't know how they even dare to give him an ad. But then who are the ones who get the ads? It's all these bully weedies. I think that was the name. Smriti, we will not get justice as long as Eknath Shinde is in power. We must throw him out. Then only clean up will be possible. Yes, true. There is a confusion about Sadhguru. He always promotes yoga and Hindu. I think you're right. Okay. This guy, Rajesh Shukla, is everywhere, Mina. Yes. And he was with Amisha Patel. He gave her a house. He's a, a very sleazy man with a very, very bad reputation. Very true, Atira. He just did the beginning action so he could gain people's trust. Sad politics. Now, I'm in a discreet news long back. I read that Dawood's son was never interested in the nefarious activities he does, but is very religious and soft-spoken. This closes the legacy from his own son. Okay. Can you take it?
Yeah, I think his claim to fame is only being a BCCI chief or something. Yes, Vardhan, and I'm really disappointed with Amit Shah's son being part of the IPL, right? Like, how can
No. Here I feel Jaidev. See, this is to keep an eye because see the way they are attacking PFI, it seems they are going towards that way. So perhaps it is to keep an eye on what's happening. So let us
Okay.
wait a little bit more and see whether they have good cause for his son to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. This Pandya has Beti, no soul at all, says Savitri.
Yeah. Hardik is the
Ha-
captain of an IPL team. He's also the main team, despite all this. A shameless man, shameless men, I would say, you know, doing this kind of thing and, telling her that they will blackmail her and show images of her in social media. We are already showing your images here. And still you show your face in every ad. You have no shame. Actually, now the SSR cases with central agencies, so ball is in the central government's court. Our proximity of politicians with Bollywood embolden them, and they think they are above the law.
Yes, especially with now Eknath Shinde being having lunch, dinner, breakfast, with the whole of Bollywood. So that is not a good sign for, the SSR case. Hi, Veena. When was the incident of these cricketers?
Yeah. Let me just get back to that 1 second. I don't know whether we have it in this, but that we'll have to get the details for you. Some for 3-4 years back. That's what we gather. Smriti. But the more details we can give you on email. If you want it, we can give you more details on email. Yeah, Jit.
Yeah, so the kind of revelations made about PFI is shell shocking. The country is full of sleeper cells. Yes, Karthik, and India is full of sleeper cells, and the intelligence agencies is now doing a good job by cracking down on the PFI. There's confusion about Sadhguru. On one hand, he's supporting and promoting Indian culture, but at the same time, he beats Bollywood people like Karan Aunty. Yes, Dhanashree.
Also
So
here, Dhanashree, you're so correct because even his clothes apparently are designed by Manish Malhotra. He's also a part of the cabal. And when you question them, then his people will come and attack you. You're right, Meena ma'am. How did Amisha Patel become this? All wrong company and wearing, revealing clothes and exposing. Please, friends, boycott, continue karo. Yes, two
yes,
movies. That is Vikram Vedal and also now Ram Setu and also Adi Purush. In the next few years, a few days, many politicians will be in the news worldwide cleansing the dark energy globally. If really the government wants to arrest Dawood, it's not a big deal, but I suppose many biggies are stopping it. Yes. Seems like Maharashtra government leaders are all weak leaders and none are like UP Yogi. Welcome, UB.
So I was just
UP,
wondering if in 2024, the year 2024, maybe Dawood Ibrahim will be arrested just before the national election. That could be a possibility. Smriti, the wife, registered and complained against Shukla Pandya Lunar and mainly against her husband Riaz in August 2021. Okay, August 2021 was the date. Ma'am, have you seen the tickets now? They have slashed the rates like anything. Can't believe it is $100 now. Is it including tax, Veena, or excluding tax? So the boycott has worked. Okay.
well done, Veena and the whole team. True Indian. Both UP and Maharashtra are different from Mumbai and Maharashtra are different. Wait for the BMC elections to get over. Sandhya, I guess most of us do not know about this unfortunate event about cricketers. It's sick, Sandhya. In IPL, all sorts of things happen, and they make a lot of money, and this money is also money laundering. They are given cash. They're not given as checks. What is the movie Adipurish? I read that Yogi Adityanath is promoting it. Meera, it's I think there's some connection with Ramayana. I don't know, but I mean whether Yogi ji or anybody does it, Meera, our mission is clear. We boycott it. If you look at the people who are backing the project, who are making the project, the producers and everybody, they're all from Bollywood. So just one Prabhas is not going to make us, not boycott it.
Yeah, for friends, if you want to look at the dirty picture of what goes behind IPL and everything, you can, see a few episodes of the Inside Edge in Amazon Prime Video. So they, show what happens, the kind of, dirt behind these IPL, cricket and Bollywood and everything. Boycott Ponniyin Selvan also, if you think so. He has cabal members like Aishwarya Rai and Vikram, says Karthik.
Yeah, yeah. Here you'll notice, Karthik, that people are not talking about it because they think it's a South Indian film. So they have given it some space. Now, what you will notice here is that Aishwarya, comes, she looks totally different. I think after her Botox, I think either the Botox failed or, she looks quite disfigured. And so she completely covers her face with her hair. And apparently, this Vikram seems to be besotted with her because he keeps praising her as though she is like everybody in Karan Johar's show praises Alia Bhatt. The same way this Vikram praises, Aishwarya. And everybody knows Aishwarya is now a grandmother. I mean, that's her age now. So I wonder why they're doing it because to tell you the truth, Aishwarya can't act for nuts. Perhaps she's just one notch above Alia.
No, this is much more than that. It is not about, they're praising because the North and South film industry is now, supporting each other in terms of at least finance. So the North, I mean, the Bollywood film industry, will, give a lot of crores of money to the South Indian film directors and producers, saying that please take us at least in the side role and and we will continue to at least distribute the Hindi versions of the film in North India and a lot of other benefits. So that's how they're trying to sort of revive Bollywood. That's the game plan right now.
Okay. Dhaneshri says, I've watched Akshay Kumar's look in Ram Setu. He doesn't look at, yes, like any historian. Well said, Dhaneshri. Meera Kumaran. Taimur ka Abba is in Adipurush. They are trying to hide it in ads. Yes. Read somewhere that Jacqueline Fernandez is now on interim bail in 200 crore extortion case. How are things going to turn out? We are moving on to that piece of news, artist. So, yes, Aishwarya Rai movie also we will boycott. On Mahashivaratri celebration, Sadhguru
Yes.
was dancing on. This is where the doubt came, Manjushri, even for me, And I suddenly said that there's something very wrong. And then after that, someone says he finds him at the airport and he is going to get his clothes designed by the most expensive Manish Malhotra of the Cabal. So one wonders whether he's going to put Swarovski crystals as well. Okay. Our Munis and Rishis wear only, saffron clothes to show that they are simple people without any worldly, desires. Now, what is Sadhguru trying to show? If you even ask such questions, you will be attacked by all. These are all valid questions. So I also agree with you, Manjushri. Did you feel like me? There are two ways. When you make up an incident and say, so the narration is very fake. But when narrating a real incident, it flows so naturally. Yes. Sadhguru is promoting Indian weaves worldwide. New York Fashion Week had a big impact with designers worldwide. He's promoting our good weavers.
Poor weavers.
Dhanashri. Canadian Kumar is suitable to play a sanitary worker. He's in the ads also. He
He
suits
suits
holding
holding Harpic so well, yes. Many of the Bollywoodians are high school dropouts, but Amisha was a gold medalist in economics. It's a pity that she chose this line. Yes, Sunita, and as you know that a lot of these Bollywood actresses, many of them come from very very good families, in fact, and it is only because of the easy money due to which they compromise of all the conditions which are laid down by the cabal, and that's how they get a lot of roles in the films in spite of being flops. So those are if you see that some actresses are hired again and again even though their past films have flopped, so you can see how it goes.
Newbie says, but Hardik Pandya is doing well in cricket field and playing happy families outside. This is just like saying that Salman Khan comes out in public and kisses everybody. Give me a break, newbie. Jaggi Vasudev does not know to say no, so they can't. So he can't be called as a yoga guru, yogi. None are detached from material needs. If Bollywood was poor, justice would be met in time easily. So come on. I feel Anushka has spoilt this Virat. Now he's a part. No, no, equally bad, both of them.
He's not so innocent.
Yeah. Welcome. And what is the intention of
Hi,
making
Lakshmi.
a Sardaji in an ad? Is it to show that Sardajis are stupid? When he does all that wire work and uses her hair clips for it? I mean, is he trying to show that he's a dumb man? I mean, why can't he just be himself? Minaji, her voice also, is harsh and horsey. Yes. In some frames, Ash looks awful. In fact, looks around 55 or 56. Yes.
Yes,
And she doesn't
Karthik,
know
because
that.
it's all because of the cosmetic, operations done on her. Like she has taken Botox. She might have done a lot of facelifts. So that's why when you do a lot of all these cosmetic operations, then you don't look natural. And when you don't do any of these, then you age gracefully and you look very nice.
Yeah. Moving on to the next piece of news.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Jacqueline Fernandez. And Jacqueline Fernandez has got interim bail in the 200 crore case, extortion case, against Sukesh. And Delhi Patiala House Court granted her bail to a bond of just 50,000 rupees. And additional sessions judge Shailendra Malik sought a response from the ED on the actor's bail plea. Till the ED files its response, the petition for her regular bail will remain pending in court. The next hearing in the case will be held on October the 22nd. And the ED, the earlier was probing the case against Sukesh, had questioned her for 8 hours straight. They came after the probe agency filed a charge sheet on August 17, naming the actor as an accused in the case. So she was allegedly gifted jewelry worth 7 crores by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. And he had also allegedly gifted high end cars, expensive bags, clothes, shoes, and costly watches to the actress and her family members. So Sukesh is in jail and is accused of cheating various high-profile individuals, such as former Fortis promoter Shivender Mohan Singh's wife Aditi Singh. So it is so amusing that these high profile, I wouldn't call them high profile, but at least these Bollywood people, they get so easy, bail, they get interim bail, and even the normal person cannot imagine if they had done the same crime, they would be behind bars in no time. But when you have very high profile, rich, powerful people, they get bail, and even though there is sort of a bit of evidence, so it's quite disheartening to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The termites of breaking India are everywhere. It is not easy to touch them. Now, UK and Canada, NRI also used to blackmail government, Kaushik, says Kaushik. And especially I've noticed, friends, that lately that since Indian economy, is doing better than the economies of other countries, the Western countries are becoming more and more jealous of India's growth potential potential. So it seems that in certain countries that maybe the attacks on Hindus, they are not given justice maybe. So these are the possibilities that could happen and or are happening, right? So hi, Archana. Ash did not say any words in favor of Disha Salian, who used to work for her. Yes, Archana.
Yes,
If
for so many
she
years. Yeah.
she has never voiced, her support for Disha. Otherwise, she will not go get roles. It's really a shame that even educated and rich crowd follows him, says topics. I wonder who you're talking about.
Maybe Hardik Pandya.
Okay, okay.
What's Hardik Pandya's role? Someone alleges rape on him. Is it true or limelight? Please tell, ma'am, do you know about it? Okay. Blue City. See, what happened was this was this lady was has written the complete confession of what happened to her. In what her husband Riaz Bhatti was doing to her. He was using her as a prostitute for his clients, so business clients as well as other people he wanted to please. And out of this, many people that who used her, out of that was these three people, which is Hardik Pandya, Munaf, and Rajesh Shukla. So they were in a hotel in Trident, and he had locked the door, and she was forced to do sexual favors for them. And apparently, they also made her dance nude. Okay, and when she refused, what Rajiv Shukla said is that we will take your photos and we will put it on social media. And she had, though she begged, they did not the same leave her, and she was saying that these people seem to be they were also on drunk, or on perhaps on drugs
So
as
this
well.
was this account is being narrated by
Yeah, this
allegedly by
lady.
the
She has already
by
given the complete
Riyaz
complaint
35.
to the
Yeah,
police. Yes,
yeah.
and she was, and then what BJP did was BJP took it up and said that an FIR should be put against these people, but nothing happened because people like Fadnavis and all are friendly with all these, Mahavikas Agadi people and Congress and all that. So they help each other. So nothing happened at that stage. And moreover they said that, see, anyway she's the wife of a don, so why do you care? She must be a prostitute anyway. So do you know how much of it would have taken us so much of a loss of pride to talk about such incidents? And apparently her sister was also gang raped by this Riaz Bhatti, and she was also put into this profession. And every time the threat was that they would kill, Riaz Bhatti would kill the children if she did not comply. So can you imagine the kind? And this is the same pattern. You remember in the case of Divya Bharti also, she was also forced to do sexual listing favors, for her husband. And it is because of that she was depressed and she had a huge fight with her husband. Same thing with Praveen Babi. Same thing with Jia Khan. Jia Khan was also being forced. You remember that there was a movie with what is his man's name, Jaydev? One of the Cabal, that Divya Bharti's husband, he wanted to have sex with Jia Khan, very clearly narrated by Rabia, and she refused, and she left the movie because of that. So these people, they want to use these young, good-looking women, to not only buy favors, get money, or put all this in their accounts, grab their property. And when you say that she died by suicide, all the property also they may be confiscating. So this is the kind of thing that happens, Blue City. In fact, you look closely at the poster of Ponniyin Selvan, it looks more like a saturated and updated version of the 60s Jiva color films. Hardly any color in the poster. And they're also trying, everybody is trying to, be like Lord of Rings, or, they don't have any, creative genius within them. Now, Amisha is seen with a Pakistani film actor. Oh, I thought she was going to marry Ahmed Patel's son. It was all over the social media. I recently, all the team members of Ponniyin Selvan came to Hyderabad. It was a vigorous promotion indeed. I agree with Meena ma'am. She looks terribly bloated up and weird except for her eyes.
Yes,
And also,
Geeta.
see, she was holding on to one of her, help's hands, and that lady was in shock because every time she wanted to wave her, she was scared that she would fall down. So all these were happening in between. I've listened to many gurus. Sadhguru seems arrogant and angry under the surface, pushing some agenda. Unlike him, real gurus show bliss and smile on their face. Now, here, Divya Bala, I would like to get this clarified to all of you, everybody of you, or each one of you viewers, that there is an agenda which is trying to destroy everything that is valuable to us, which is our social fabric. What do we value the most? Our family. Now they're talking about two men becoming husbands, or two, husband and wife, or two women becoming husband and wife. That is, first they're taking that. Introducing drugs into the society so that children are useless. They break from the family. Okay. They also give, they don't want to give you any sort of an identity. So what are they doing? They are breaking our religion. So we cannot say we are proud Hindus. Okay. So we don't have any religion. What are they trying to show? That we are numbers. 1, 2, 3. Now, from now on, Aisha will be number 1. Alia will be number 2. So, what happens when you make a community of slaves like this? The people who are feeding on this, which is, we are talking about the advertising field, they can cash in on that, and make plenty of money on what are our, what do we crave for? The marketing. They can have it all very easily through all this Google and everything, they can get it. So, what happens is they are creating a faceless society. And this faceless society is exactly like what you have in Lord of Rings is these, these villains, the ones who are mutated. So you have slaves like that who is controlled by another ugly person. Okay. So since they are slaves, it's not that they love the Lord, but they listen to everything he does. So what do? They go and destroy the rest of the world. So it's similarly, all these forces that are coming to India to destroy us, destroy our culture, destroy everything that we have. What do we value most? We value our country. Second, we value our parents. Third, we value our children, our school, our culture. Everything is trying to be destroyed by people like Swara Bhaskar, who are all slaves. Up, okay? Up is also a slave of Soros. These are all people connected to Soros. Try to understand the link, please. There is a huge force behind this, trying to rip us apart. When you see women in Punjab, in certain areas of Punjab, they're drugged and they can't do anything. Back in time in Punjab, women were so strong and healthy, like these Sardajis. They could do any amount of work. Look at the women today. So drugs are being forced into areas. So this is all a very, very dangerous campaign that's happening. So my advice to everybody, okay, here in this, not only here, when you spread the video, is that be careful. Protect your family. Protect your country. Protect your religion. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Whoever, whatever, like see yesterday, all the women who came in the Bindi forum, they were all proud women. I was telling my son that, see, look at these women, all highly achieved, and look at the way they speak. We admire every one of them, and each one of them beautiful in their own way. So that is India. Are you going to rip apart this India? We both love you. Men and women in India are strong. Yes, if you, for those who want money, it's all a very short term, just like Boycott Bollywood. So please, friends, this is something very, very important. And, I would like to also narrate an incident, which I can't name the person, after, if I get time, I'll do it today or tomorrow, about a young boy who became a victim of a predator. And this is happening all over India, pedophiles. So please, let me just see if I have time today, I would, or I would, leave it for tomorrow. Yeah. So back to you, Jen.
Yeah, I would like to add my viewpoint is that with films like Vikram Veda, you see the song Alcoholia, and so they are glamorizing the consumption of alcohol, and especially many Hindi film songs also sort of make drinking in pubs, especially when they're at college, very fashionable. And I do see that at least in the metro cities that a lot of young people frequenting the pubs, and even and they are sort of consuming a lot of alcohol, and this is sort of affecting their studies as well. And so this is how Bollywood is sort of destroying the social fabric of India by by making these sort of youngsters inculcate such habits, such harmful habits, in fact. So yeah, more details about human trafficking will come out in a few days with news about Zelensky falling from
Oh,
power.
very good. Yeah.
If that happens, it's a good thing for the world, at least, that the war stops between Russia and Ukraine. Once the media were calling Ashish and Taliwali auntie, shouted at them, "What Ashish did you study with her in the same school?" says Batan. Well said, Meena ma'am. Even school also key role in future in culture. Sorry, yes. Even nothing has been changed in the history yet. These books talk on sati systems, caste systems. Yes, it's high time the Indian education syllabus is revamped, and the stories, at least Sanskrit is should be made sort of compulsory for certain schools. Yeah, and at least stories of the Hindu kings, the Maratha kings, should be told in detail. So instead of glorifying the Mughal kings, the uniqueness of our culture is that we have festivals almost every month, which holds us to our culture. We should celebrate each with the same joy and enthusiasm every time. This is why we survived. Yes, newbie and friends, you should celebrate Dasara and Diwali. Burst crackers and give sweets to your friends. And you should wear tilak and wear it with pride. Yes,
Okay.
let's take
So,
a
friends,
few.
let me just tell you about this young boy who apparently,
Uh,
you know,
yeah, we'll let's take a bit of news and then we'll come to that.
okay, okay, complete your news.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to this actor, and his name is Apashakti Kurana, and you know that he has sort of remarked on the RRR and KGF Chapter 2. I really believe hashtags and social media trends are just kind of people sitting at home. They are school, college going kids. I would like to believe, and now I feel that after every 4 to 5 months, a new trend emerges and starts getting talked about. This is with reference to the boycott Bollywood movement, which he has remarked that he believes that social media trends are just kind of people sitting at home. They're school, college going kids, I would like to believe. He further said that, like some time back, people are comparing South and Bollywood movies. I feel only three films have worked in South also: RRR, Pushpa, and one more. Here we have Brahmastra, Bhool, Bulaya 2, and Kashmir Files. There have been flops in South too. Nobody is talking about them. So someone has started these hashtags by chance, and now everyone is tripping over them. It's just a trend that comes out of nowhere and just fades away, says this actor. And so he says that the boycott Bollywood movement is nothing but school or college going kids, starting some social media trend on Twitter. What you said today was exactly what I was thinking of. Conspiracies, very well said, says Kaushik. Upper Shakti, this is a good one. Upper Shakti has only Shakti in his name. How many films he has done, says Karthik.
Yeah, I think he's the brother of some that other actor, the sperm guy.
Yeah, this is for you. Oh yeah, Karthik, please let's have your older profile picture back. Much better, my motive.
Divya, that's a naughty one. Yeah, Kurana, Rana, even Prabhas, Vikram all seem drugged. There are some very sorry details about, especially from the late 90s. Madhuri was famous for her smile, but sorry to say, her smile is the most irritating now.
Can she smile now with all the Botox in her face?
Yeah. Vladimir says, no wonder they cannot do anything else, cannot even understand basic organization. This year, on a Diwali party, we are not doing Bollywood songs and dance. We're planning shloka recitals, cultural songs.
Good,
Very
good
well
one,
said,
maybe.
Newbie. How much money he took to chant this childish commentary.
Yes, Archana.
If you notice, till the time of Paneer Selvan one, Aishwarya could not wait for cameras and would wear mask. Now she keeps turning and smiling to the cameras like a creep.
Because she has been out of limelight for a long time, and
Yeah.
now she has got a film
Upper
finally.
Shakti is brother of Aishman. My God, if MD did it, then Aurok ka to bhool hi jaiye. This means everybody has compromised. Divya, I'm young at heart.
You're young at
Yeah.
heart, and you look young also, Karthik.
So, Jaidev, shall I?
Especially in your humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to say any more news, or I would? Can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
speak?
See, this is quite an interesting piece of news is with Hema Malini and Kangana. Now, Hema Malini has sort of snubbed Kangana's political debut, and Hema Malini responded to the rumored political debut of Kangana Ranaut. And when asked about the talks of Kangana Ranaut contesting polls from Madura, Hema Malini said that even Rakhi Sawant will contest the elections next. Yeah, so Hema Malini said, "You only want film stars in Madura. Tomorrow, even Rakhi Sawant will become MP." So she has taken a jibe at Kangana
But
Ranaut.
what is she? She's also an actress. How is she different?
Yes.
Sir ji, aap to छा गए. Okay, Savitri says something very important. She says Brahma Kumari's portrays Shiva in a different, totally different aspect, slowly destroying Hinduism.
Yeah.
Aishwarya's net worth, as announced, is something 700 something crores. Why can't such females retire and let someone else take center stage? That's because
Yeah.
people like Mani Ratnam run behind her. You know.
Yeah, I would like
Yes.
to take this this interesting piece of news, and her name is Ratan Rajput. She's a well-known name in the television industry. She's popularly known for playing Lali in Agle Janam Mohe Pitya Hi Kijo. She's also a vlogger, and she has a YouTube channel as well. And in a recent video, she shared her experience with the casting couch and made a shocking revelation. In her recent vlog, she said that she came to Mumbai in 2007 to fulfill her dream of becoming an actress. Then she went to a production house where a 65-year-old man told her that she needs a makeover which would cost around 2 lakhs. He's ready to invest in her unless she makes him her godfather or friend. He said, तुमको को तो बहुत चेंज करना पड़ेगा. अपने बाल देखो, अपनी स्किन देखो, कपड़े कैसे पहने हो, पूरा मेकओवर करना पड़ेगा. तो 2-2.5 लाख का खर्चा होगा. मैं हमने इतना खर्च करूंगा, पर तुम्हें मुझे गॉडफादर बनना पड़ेगा, फ्रेंड बनना पड़ेगा. And so which means that she has to change all her sort of style and fashion, and she has to consider this guy as the godfather. And Rajput was shocked listening to this and told him that she can't be his friend as he's of her father's age. And the actress said, आप मेरे फादर की एज के हो, मैं आपके फ्रेंडशिप कैसे करूं, आप मेरे गाइड हो, मैं आपकी रिस्पेक्ट करती हूँ. जो आप गाइड करोगे मैं वैसा करूंगी. Listening to this, he got angry and said, गाइड कुछ नहीं होता, फ्रेंडशिप करने पड़ती है, और एक्ट्रेस बनने आए हो तो ये ड्रामा बंद करो, थोड़ा स्मार्ट बनो। ही इवन सेड, अगर मेरी बेटी भी एक्ट्रेस बनती ना तो मैं उसके साथ भी सोता। सो दिस इज अ वेरी बिग वन. He said that even if his daughter is an aspired to be an actress, he would sleep with her. So, in the vlog, she even mentioned that the incident startled her and left her traumatized for a month, as she shut herself off. She did not attend any meetings, and this kept her away from entering Bollywood. She even mentioned that whenever she reminisces about this event, it makes her upset and angry. She fails to understand how could someone talk about her daughter like this. So this is a very shocking incident.
Okay, so now let me just talk about this incident. Friends, this is a warning to parents and to also people, relatives, about children and sex abuse. Okay, so this I'm keeping this anonymous because we cannot name the person. Though I'm also, in some sense, aware of who may be also behind this. So let me just narrate it. This is as per what he has written in his Facebook. He has written, "Wow, I never thought my story would reach so many people, and some people would call me and ask me to remove or delete the post. Let me tell you one thing, this is my struggle, and I will not let you decide on what I should do. So, yes, this is just the beginning. I don't want anyone to go through what I went through, be it a girl or a boy. The kids are the future of the nation, and we shouldn't let them be victims of child abuse. It can scar them for lives. This message is for the members of family to keep an eye out there and be cautious about everything happening around their kids. I've taken this stand not only for myself, but for each and everyone out there so that they can find courage to out demons like us. Now, before I continue, friends, this young boy, is he was a dancer. So please listen with care and please try to understand this and also please spread the message so that these sad things don't happen again and again. So once again, beware parents. He says, I will be revealing the name of the predator very soon. Let's together fight against this. Till then, take care. Teachers affect eternity. Mine did too. I'm an ordinary person. My story, however, is unique. I was 3 when I joined my first dance class. Little did I know that my life would be defined by it. My teacher, during the early years, made me fall in love with the art. When I'm up on the stage, I am who I am meant to be, without hesitations, without filters. I am me. Teachers have a great control over their lives of their students. What they chose to do with me, with this control, defines the life of the student for eternity. A boy who is a Bharatanatyam dancer is not readily accepted by society that strives to live in their version of normal. I was called names, ridiculed for my passion, but I don't need your sympathy. It didn't affect me then. It does not affect me now. I'm stronger than the people who have ridiculed me for being the person that I am. Nevertheless, the high riding emotions made me an easy target for the perpetrators who have learned to mask their true identities over the years. While I was blessed to have an incredible first dance teacher, my luck didn't favor me with a good second one. Alas, my innocence didn't make me realize the trap that was laid for me. I was 9 or 10 when I joined my second dance class. The teacher, a well known celebrity in the Kannada industry, has a notorious image, cleverly masked with false persona of selflessness and spirituality. The rest of the world, however, holds him in high standards, I suppose. I've contemplated coming forward with this many times over the last few years, but never found the right words. Really, no. All the words and emotions were bottled up, fearing him and his threat. Like many others, I've been silent for too long. Not anymore. I have a story. I want to be heard. The first incident goes back to a particularly rainy day. His urge for pleasure was beyond control, that he cancelled the class after I had already reached. Since it was raining heavily, I stayed back. I would have been around 12 at that time. I don't know if he sensed my vulnerability or knew that I would not raise a voice. He made me sit on his lap, a gesture of love and affection, which I assumed it to be. But it turned out to be harassment. The harassment left a deep scar. I knew it was wrong. I froze. I was just a kid, and I did not know how to react. Even before I could realize what was happening, it was over. My soul was tainted. It was, however, just the beginning. I was not his first, and I'm sure not the last boy who became his victim either. It went on for years. The biggest mistakes by families in India is that we do not discuss sex with our kids before or after puberty. What would you call an adult who manipulates an innocent child or a teenager for his pleasure? A manipulator or a pedophile? The biggest tragedy is that when something wrong is done to us, we don't realize it until it's over. Anyone who has gone through any kind of abuse knows what I'm talking about. And molesting someone and taking advantage of them just because they are a kid and just because they can't speak out about it is not acceptable at all. I've managed to block most of the details because they're excruciating. But one incident that stands out vividly is when our Facebook chats were discovered by one of his colleagues while he was in the US. His sister threatened to expose him, and he panicked. He took me to a cyber cafe, made me log into my Facebook account, and delete all the chats. He begged me to stay quiet. Helplessly, I did. It's easy to silence boys who don't understand the ways of the world. The abuse went on until I grew up into a dysfunctional adult. He was always very interested in my personal life. I believe that was the case with all his other male students too. He would want them to behave in a certain way or do something in a certain manner. If anything were kept away from him, he would just lose his mind and verbally abuse me more. I was still struggling to accept my true self. The struggle was not made any easy by his constant manipulation, phone calls, and name calling. One day when I was on a date, he called me again. I was drunk. I mustered the courage and put my foot down. I had to put an end to the years of abuse, manipulation, trauma that he had subjected me to. I don't know where I mustered the courage from, but I'm glad that I did. The chapter was over, or so I thought. It turned ugly when my teacher realized that I have enough proof to implicate him. He didn't dare to face me. He thought he could silence me, as his money, name, and fame always stood as a savior in such instances. But here the strategy was totally different. Sometimes people pretend to prove us as a bad person so they won't feel guilty for the things they do to us. This is exactly what he did. He used everything in his power to discredit me and went to the extent of calling me a drug addict and an owner of an escort company. All these baseless allegations did what they were intended for. They discredited me. Years of hard work went in vain because if given a choice, people will believe the influential in a heartbeat. And yes, they did believe. I'm done letting people like him using my struggles to change my narrative. It is my story. I have nothing to hide. Who has? He does. I want to be the voice that strengthens countless others who have gone through this at the hands of this man to come forward. I want him to be held responsible for what he did. I know that many like me have been manipulated into silence by him. I want to give you the strength to break free. I want to make it clear that every teacher is not an angel. They can make or break you. The effect that a bad teacher may have will last for an eternity. Here I stand as an example, and no one, I repeat, no one deserves to be treated wrong at the hands of a person who's supposed to mold them. This is neither fabricated nor a cyber hack, which will eventually turn to be or proven to be, but a true experience of my life with evidences. I hope this can open the eyes of people and people understand who is wrong here. Coming up with a shocking and eye opening story. It's about how people put on a mask and control and cheat people. Also about child abuse, physical abuse, and mental abuse. I've gone through it, and I shall be sharing a shocking story about a man who ruined my life and childhood as a kid. I need all the support and help to fight this man and make him realize playing with people, moreover children, is not a cool thing. It can scar them for life and put them in a very bad mental state for the rest of their lives. Let's stop and teach people a lesson, who have been preying on kids for their pleasure and satisfaction. This lockdown has given me quite a bit of time to think and rethink about things that happen to people in the name of growth. People around me are talking about mental health and nepotism. It's not only in the film industry, but also in other fields. People think they can get away with action in putting a person down and causing mental damage to someone who has been given all the efforts to keep things in place. Not only this, people also go through physical abuse during this period. And I'm not ashamed of talking out loud because I've gone through shit that people think doesn't really matter. Let me tell you one thing, don't let these people get away. Make sure they pay for what they do to you. We need to show them that the stars are not always lined for them. Time can change, and when they don't do take complete advantage of the stars that are lined on your side, I will soon come out and show what people really are with all the evidence I got. If you think you know anyone who could have gone through the same, please join hands in helping each other. And also tag them to this post so we can have a healthy conversation. So here, friends, it's very, very shocking because I know this boy. I don't want to reveal his name because he's already passed. I think it has either it was a suicide or whether it was a death, by which means we do not know. But some problem with his lungs. And I know this boy, a small young boy, very pleasant, who used to dance very well. And I also know who he, I think, is referring to. So, friends, this is a warning for all parents to be careful. But see now we see that even in the dance field, it's there. You're talking about modeling. You're talking about movies. So all this television industry, please protect your children. Try to find out. Talk to them openly about what are the threats in society and how this boy has suffered. When I read this, I mean, I was so upset because I knew this boy, you know, and I don't know what his parents may be undergoing. Today was the cremation. So it's very upsetting, friends. So I really don't have words to say. Look at the way he has been exploited, and these are only some things that he has explained. Can you imagine what all would have undergone? He would have undergone. Did he never? No, no, he did. He didn't. But he was in the process. So perhaps we don't know what would have transpired because he was asking people to come up with, complaints. Archana says, indeed, parents should talk about the matter to their children. Raising awareness will arm them to expose the pedophile. Yes. Yoga classes, gyms, dance classes, schools, all these places harbor pedophiles. Well said, Karthik. Madam, they only want to spoil Hindus. Look at line we have for homeopathy, Ayurvedic medicine. They won't let us take medicine. I'm talking about other religions in general. Yes. Shocking to know, ma'am.
Yes, sensible life.
Speechless, says Karthik. Should Hindus stop our ways, not put diyas outside Diwali? They want that they will win in Britain, but will lecture India about human rights. Newbie, don't stop doing anything that you did. Continue to do it with pride. That's what my suggestion to you would be. Now, Kaushik says drug menace is used as a counter strategy to victimize and abuse victims by blackmailing them and degrading victims. Yes. Meera says exploitation happens across the board.
Yes.
All more pronounced in entertainment industry. Yes, all the more reason, Meera, that parents advise their kids, so that they don't suffer. It is a big agenda at play. It is the age of barbarians across the world. Predators of all sorts are at play. The slow degradation of humanity. Bharat is the only nation left to give hope to us. Does that mean they stop the investigation now? For them, it's only a few moments of pervasive pleasure, but for the victim, it's a scar for life, sometimes to the grave too, which has happened in this boy's case. How do we know whether he's been killed or whether he took his life? Listening to the tenor of his voice or his what he was writing, he's not one to give up. He wanted to fight the system. So there's some hanky-panky involved in this. Sucheta, what does that mean, 302? So heartrending. I just forgot. I had kept milk for boiling and totally forgot hearing you. Thank you for raising awareness time and again, especially about child abuse. Most horrendous crime. Yes, Maya. After hearing this, I read this and I couldn't believe it because, see, there was an event where, we had invited them to perform and they all do beautiful Bharatnatyam. And this boy was there, and such a smart boy. I mean, I don't know. See, it's really very, very pathetic. I mean, what can you say? To all who are asking what lessons to take from UK attacks, teach your kids to fight back. Never run away from a fight. I agree wholeheartedly. He was sacrificed. Yes. So I think that on that note, shall we end this session, Jyoti?
Yes. So, friends, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. We just
And
take two more comments. Ma'am, there needs to be vigilance on the reality shows that Shilpa Shetty and these Dance India judges please do expose. So here, Sensible, I think, this is all an extension of each and everything that they do. She is in contact with her husband who makes pornographic films and also in touch with people like Ekta. So, there is obviously a chain behind this. And children, I'm sure, could be used for certain purposes. We must also take a lesson from them in community and strengthen numbers. Minaji, if he has been pushed to suicide, even if there was no coercion, it is murder. Nothing, yes, absolutely. Now they make market by selling crackers. They start agenda, don't burn crackers. For starters, be aware of narcissistic sociopaths, psychopaths. They are in plain sight in every profession doctors, lawyers, politicians. Stay away and keep your children away. And also, friends, see, I feel that if we somehow keep tabs on our children, their daily activity, a lot of these problems can be avoided. Try to be friendly with your children so that you know that they can confide in you, and that's the most important because the moment they bottle up, you know that there's something really terribly wrong. Thank you, Archana. Yeah. Ulti Khopri has already made an expose on Geeta Kapoor, another judge. Okay. This sort of abusers should be exposed and punished so severely. Imagine the torture he's gone through, the life, such a tragic. I'll watch. Just listen. I just listen to me now. Thank you, friends, and good night. So see you tomorrow, same time from Jayadev and me. Good night.
good night.